Et du coup, c'est la demo time. Donc, pour présenter le premier projet, et ben, j'aimerais vraiment, je suis vraiment très fier du travail des étudiants pour ce premier projet parce que c'est la première fois qu'on va réaliser un travail avec une entreprise. Donc, c'est une entreprise, Liveo, qui est une start-up aussi. Donc, je ne vais pas vous expliquer qu'est-ce qu'ils font, mais en gros, ils nous ont prêté leurs données. De manière très ouverte. Ils ont vraiment donné les clés pour étudier sa base de données et attaquer un problème qui est d'actualité. En fait, ça fait 1 an qu'on nous dit d'être en confinement, on reste à la maison et du coup, on est obligé de travailler en remote. Donc, ça veut dire que notre comportement a changé. On a besoin d'utiliser les outils numériques de plus en plus. Donc, ça veut dire qu'il y a plus de données dans les clouds. Et du coup, c'est important pour le marketing parce que ça permet d'analyser les comportements d'achat des personnes. Donc voilà, c'est la problématique auquel les premiers projets Liveo s'est penché. Donc j'aimerais bien qu'on les applaudisse. Liveo.
Merci Arturo. Thank you Arturo. And now, because it's always more cool in English, we are going to switch to English for the presentations. So my name is Jérôme. I'm really glad to be here with you tonight. It's really cool to see all those faces. And I also think about the guys online because I invited a lot of people. So I hope you're there and I think about you. So yes, we are going, as Arturo said, to speak about data science applied to marketing. So I worked on that project with Maria and with Guilain for the last 2 weeks. We worked together with Libeo. So Libeo is, I know a guy which is called Pierre-Antoine Glandier, who is one of the founders of this company. And so a few weeks back, we had a discussion together, and he told me, look, we have some data. We have a ton of data, in fact. And it would be cool if you could help us make sense of those data and apply data science to marketing. So from now, moving forward in that presentation, let's pretend that I am head of sales and marketing at Libeo. So I'm the big gun, okay? But probably there is some stuff I can do differently in the future. So, but just let me present you our business at Libeo. So at Libeo, we are a young startup. We have been on the market for something like 1 year. We have strong growth, and we are in the business of accounting. So, in this world, it's still very manual work based on paper, prone to human error. So you still have, to put a post-it to say, yes, you can pay this invoice, stuff like that. And so what Libeo is doing is they are bringing the 22nd century to this profession. And so they build applications which helps accountants to do their work better, faster, stronger, etc. So we've been working with them, and their main challenge, our main challenge, is to find customers and to convert them so they hear about us, and after some time they use our applications, and after that, at some point they start to pay to use this application. But currently we are really focused on the first phase, which is find leads and get them to use our application. So the way we do that is we invest into content. So we build stuff like white books. We have a blog in which we publish a lot. We do invest into Google search so people can find us. We invest into social advertising, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. And then at some point, people who have those challenges, they will find us. They will come to our website. They will start to consume more content. So maybe demo, maybe webinar. And maybe at some point, we are also going to leverage our salespeople to go speak with those guys, those leads, to help them convert and become sign up of our applications. So that's really our challenge, guys. Guys from Le Wagon, look at me. That's our challenge. We have to transform, we have to find those guys, those accountants, and we need to have them into our application. And today, what I have to do the job is only those few KPIs. So the first one shows you that, yes, we are growing, we have more people interested in us, we want more of that. This one here shows us that we are converting those people into leads and into sign up, and we are growing, we are accelerating, but we want to go faster. And this one here shows you that we are investing into sales team and we are asking them to do more calls, more meetings, and more emails. But the thing is, I have no clue today if I'm doing the right campaigns, or I have no clue if I'm asking my sales team, my salespeople, to speak to the right customers. So is there something that data science can do to solve this problem?
Yes, Jean. To answer your challenge, we built a simulator which is really easy to use. So to use it, you have to provide two pieces of information. The first one, you have to indicate how users come to your site. So it may be Google search, or maybe they come from social networks or from referral links. And the second piece of information you will need is the behavior of users on your site. So if they click on demo video or on a webinar. And as outcome, our simulator provide you the probability score of probability of sign up. And also the efficacy of sales actions. So, as you can see on the red line, the users who come from Google search, from paid advertising on Google, they have only 10% of probability to sign up. And even if you employ sales techniques as mails, calls, and meetings, the probability will not rise. In the other side, there are other types of users who can start low with a score of 20% of probability, but if you mail them and then call them and then meet with them, you can improve your score. You have your sales team can make a real impact and improve the score of sign up to 90%.
Wow. So you're telling me that currently we are investing some time to try to convert people, whereas they will never convert? Okay, I have to go back and I have to maybe cut some heads here if we are doing this bad investment. So you helped me identify that there are two types of customers. The ones where we can have an action and the one where we cannot do anything. How did you achieve that?
Okay, so we used the data stored on BigQuery, and we crunched this data to identify nearly 30 different characteristics. And the main characteristics we were looking for is the sign up. Users sign up and the other not. So it returns us to the tasks of classification, and to do this we use the traditional machine learning techniques and more precisely a random forest algorithm.
Okay, cool. So now I know that there are two types of populations I can identify. The one with whom I can have an impact if I worked with them on a sales perspective, and the one which where I cannot do anything. Now with the one where I can do something, I can send them mail, I can send them calls, I can maybe push some content to them that they can consume. Can you help me to understand what is the best strategy? So for each of those leads, what is the best action I can do and how it is going to impact the probability that they sign up into my application?
Well, to do that, we are going to use a more complex algorithm that is going to use to take into account time characteristics of the events. And to do that, I would tell you to get your efforts on the first of the list. Why that? Because we will take Terry Williams for our example, and his current sign-up probability is 49%. So he's really on the edge of going toward Libeo, but we can also lose him. And what our algorithm is telling you, is that with only 4 more actions on this particular lead, we can make the probability go up to 97%. But which are those events that we want to have with Terry Williams? Those are, first of all, a call, then a meeting, and you can see that for each event, the probability of sign up is evolving and is increasing. But how does all this work? Well, it's based on the same data set than Maria presented you, but this time we took the event in terms of time series, and we used a neural network to learn the patterns and to learn to predict the next event and the probability of this event. And using all the possible combinations of events, we found the best way to increase the probability. And that's the graph we showed you and just before.
Thank you, Guilain. So thanks to the data team, now I have two tools based on different data science models, which helps me to identify with which customer I need to work, and first and secondly, which are giving me some insight and some recommendation very precisely on which leads I should be working on and what I should do with them. So basically, guys, you just killed my job, I believe. So I hope that those two examples were good examples where help you to see how data science can be used in a marketing context. I want to thank Libeo, because that has been, we have been able to get in touch with them on a daily basis, and they helped us to have really to experience what it is being a data scientist and go through the journey of discovering the data, cleaning the database, build models, deploying the models, and iterate with them. So it has been really, really cool. Thanks also to Le Wagon, thanks to Arturo, and to all the teams, of course, and thank you both guys for going through the journey together. Thanks everyone, and that's it for us.